We'll be having a conversation around the mobile money interoperability. Do you use mobile money?
I am not a mobile money user. I have my own concerns about it.
Wow.
I'm sure there are so many people out there who also have concerns about it. But yeah, hopefully when we have that discussion, we will get to know where we are at as a country. First, though, our stories for tonight. Energy Minister John Peter Mewu has urged the West African Gas Company not to impose high tariffs on gas supply to Ghana through the West African Gas Pipeline. According to him, consumers will not accept any unrealistic tariffs as there are other cheap power sources. Peter Mewu was speaking at the West Africa Committee of Energy Ministers meeting in Accra. The minister also used the occasion to call on the energy regulator for the sub-region, the West African Gas Authority, to allow Ghana use existing facilities of WAPCO to assist in transporting gas from Takoradi to Tema.
The West African Gas Company, WAPCO, transports gas from Nigeria through the West African Pipeline to Ghana and other West African countries at a cost of $5 per standard cubic feet. This, according to the Minister of Energy, Peter Mewu, is not competitive compared with the rates in other sub-regions and current conditions in the sector. He said the proposal that was submitted by WAPCO during the tariff proposal consultation process is not competitive, as the country can only afford $1 per standard cubic feet.
It is important to underscore that we live in a world of competition. Cash is fungible, and we will move to where it would take the best use in terms of return on its investment. If the delivered gas price is prohibitive compared to other alternative fuels, gas will therefore become very hard to sell. We therefore expect WAPCO, the pipeline company, to try not to assume that there is a captive market for them and that any rates charged will be accepted by consuming nations.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive of the West African Power Company, Walter Perez, declined commenting on the minister's call, but expressed confidence that both parties will have a win-win agreement at the end of the meeting.
I mean, if the tariff doesn't make sense, why would we move ahead? But we have made substantial progress together. We fully expect that we will find a solution. All parties want to find a win-win, and we're here today seeking a win-win that works for everybody in the value chain. So,
but you had the Ghanaian energy minister. I mean, his words signal that they're not ready to back down.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You know, I think that's why this meeting occurs today. You know, we hope that you know, cool heads and reasonable men will prevail in the deliberations with each other today.
Ghana's quest to build a petrochemical industry in the western region creates another opportunity for both parties to agree on terms beneficial to the citizenry.
The Securities and Exchange Commission and UMB Investment Holdings Limited have launched the Young Investor Challenge to give university students the opportunity to acquire knowledge in capital market trading. The program is also to clear perceptions that the stock exchange is the sole preserve of financial experts.
They can invest it properly for you.
This is an equity trading competition where participants are expected to trade on the Ghana Stock Exchange and will be evaluated after 3 months. Students will be trading with virtual cash of 50,000 Ghana cedis, and the teams will be assessed based on the quality of stocks they have purchased. Emmanuel Nashon Katai is head of policy research and IT with the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Without capital market can in no way develop the infrastructure, industries, name it. You know, that is how it is. Now, if you look at this country, for instance, we don't have roads. But we can easily build roads from our own sources without going to the World Bank or going outside to borrow money. We have so much money. Why I see a lot of money. A lot of money.
The event was to create awareness of equity trading among young investors and to help the teams to start their trading. This is part of the financial literacy drive by UMB Investment Holdings Limited and the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, to deepen financial inclusion in the country. Prince Achiano is with the UMB Investment Holdings Limited.
we are now at the stage in our history where we believe we can still do more. And in essence, we want to improve the investment literacy among the general populace in Ghana. We believe that one of the ways to make a lasting impact, we see this partnership with Young Investor Network as a more practical and exciting way to learn, and by so doing, nurturing the new class of future investors, as their motto rightly said.
The challenge is to introduce the participants, that are students, to the stock market at an early stage and get them to be comfortable with equity investments. The participating teams were from 7 tertiary institutions, including the University of Ghana, Central University, Accra Technical University, and the Methodist University.
To the Western region next, where domestic airline Passion Air has commenced flights to Takoradi in a bid to boost economic activities in the region. The new route brings to 3 the total destinations frequented by the airline. Commercial manager for Passion Air, Anita Kuri, has been speaking to Joy Business at the Takoradi airport.
Upon receiving its 3rd aircraft, today Passion Air made its inaugural flight to Takoradi. This is because the airline is planning to commence commercial flights to this particular sector. Now, according to the Deputy Minister for Aviation, Kwabena Otri-Dakom, this is welcome news as frequent flights to this area could boost economic activities.
Now that there's competition, naturally we expect prices to fall. That gives the people of Takoradi an opportunity to also make use of the safest means of transportation. And then 2, it's also going to be a necessity, because a lot of the people here are into a lot of businesses, and they will need to go and come as quickly as possible to expand their operation and expand their businesses. Secondly, ever since Passion Air decided to come to Takoradi, at least they've been able to employ 20 people. Okay, so for us, we've immediately gotten a benefit. These people didn't come from Accra. These people are people from Secondary Takoradi and its environment. So we are very grateful. We believe that more airlines will cancel, more people get opportunity to be employed. And then, like you know, government is also planning to set up a new Takoradi International Airport, because we believe that Western region contributes over 60% to national GDP. A lot of businesses would like to have some kind of investment in this area. We need to give them the safest means to transport themselves wherever they are in the world to Ghana.
The airline is commencing with 270 Ghana cedis one way to Takoradi and 477 Ghana cedi for the 2-way. Anita Kuri is the head of commercial for Passion Airlines, and she'll be giving us more details.
We plan on commencing on Monday, 10th December, with twice daily frequencies, except on Sundays where we'll operate one flight, that is to Takoradi and return from Takoradi. Our starting fare is 270 Ghana cedis. Its return is a discount, so you would have a discount return of 477. That is the minimum. Now, we all know that Takoradi is the oil city, right? So, and we have had so many requests of coming in because of the lack of seats available. We already know one competitor is serving the route, so we think that there's more demand for Takoradi.
Reporting for Joy Business from the Takoradi Airport, that is the oil city. My name is Sheila Tamako.
Business Live. We want to catch our breath for a moment. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back to Business Live, to our major story tonight. And government might seem closer to its goal of making Ghana a cashless society. This is because the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on Wednesday launched the Phase 2 of Mobile Money Interoperability, otherwise known as the MMI. However, checks by Joy Business have shown that the Mobile Money Interoperability has not been effective as perceived by government. Karen Dodu has more in this story.
Please check and see if you received it.
Please have received.
Okay, thank you very much. So I just purchased this shirt for 80 cedis without any physical cash, and that's thanks to my mobile money account. Now, many people are indeed bracing mobile money transactions, but then are they really conversant with it, or they just dependent on the merchants? We'll find out. The mobile money interoperability platform has been touted as a credible solution to making Ghana a cash-light society. The product was launched in March 2017, and over 1.3 million transactions worth 134 billion cedis have been recorded so far. However, this cannot be translated to a good knowledge of the platform among Ghanaians, as checks by Joy Business show that many are not so conversant with the operating system. Gosh is a popular mobile money merchant in Kokomlemle. He tells me that with hundreds of people who visit his kiosk, most of them are just reluctant to learn the process.
Especially with the cash out, most of them don't know how to access it. So we do the cash out for them, everything. Then when it gets to where they should enter their PIN code, then we give the phone to them to enter their PIN code. And majority also doesn't even know how to check their balances.
The high charges incurred when transferring cash to other platforms, among other challenges, is a deterrent for some.
Yeah, I use mobile money very, very often. In fact, I use it for most of my transactions. And I use it, I'm an MTN subscriber, and I send money to other people on Airtel and Vodafone. That I do very often. It's cool, but the rate, the charges are a bit high.
I tried once sending money from MTN to Vodafone, and I was surprised because initially I didn't want to do it because I think it would be too much for me. I don't know how it will come, but the person forced me to try, and it worked. That I had to pay more than sending from MTN to MTN.
I haven't used my. There are other platforms I've used which has worked. Other platforms I've tried, they didn't work. Yeah, so that's the experience.
I have it, but I've not tried sending it to another network.
What's the reason?
No reason.
Others have absolutely no idea what the mobile money interoperability is all about.
I've not tried that yet. I don't know whether it exists. Is it possible?
Yes, now there's a platform called the Mobile Money Interoperability Platform that allows you to send from a network to another. Have you heard of it before?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the network, turns around some way, and yeah, the steps are a lot. The steps are a lot. So sometimes you'll be doing it, and then later it tells you unable to process stuff. Yeah.
But have you heard about the Mobile Money Interoperability, the platform that gives you the chance to send money to other networks?
No, really.
Gosh believes that more education must be done to make the service much more effective.
Right. So whose responsibility is it to educate the public, and is the launch of phase 2 premature? Maximus Ametobo is a technology analyst, and he joins me right here in the studio for a discussion on the mobile money interoperability. Even the name itself is an issue for a lot of Ghanaians.
Yeah, I think that's one problem with product design and naming. I think the interoperability should be left to the technical people.
Right.
And then it should give a different name which the Ghanaian populace can hold to themselves, or they can familiarize themselves with.
So it's a mouthful already.
Exactly.
So clearly, Maxwell, you see that there are so many issues with phase 1, and we clearly saw that in the report that we played. What do you think is the reason for the low understanding of the whole platform out there in the public?
It's about education, and it's about the need to move money seamlessly across network. And really, people know about it because hitherto you transferred money using a token system. So I send you a token and I go and cash out the money. Okay, so now the system has taken away the token system, so you can move money virtually from one mobile account into another mobile money account, right? So we can either withdraw it or continue using that money in a virtual form, right? So that is the whole essence of the mobile money interoperability, the phase 1, connecting it to bank accounts and wallets and all that. So for me, I think the education should have been increased when the thing was done.
Interesting, we saw that. But what do you say to critics who also say that it's purely an issue of tech phobia and has nothing to do with technology? Because my mom will still bring her phone to me to do the mobile money for her.
Yeah, of course. And like I said in the beginning, the tech phobia comes with the whole concept of trying to use jargons or technical words in that space. But if people have the need to use it, because don't forget that one market player controls almost 93%. Okay, of the mobile money space.
Yeah, the platforms that
the
are
on-net transaction, the on-net movement of money from wallet to wallet instead of across networks, okay, from one wallet of a network to another, you know, is less. So most of the transaction will happen
on one platform,
on that market leader's platform. So really, you will not be seeing a lot of transactions across networks.
Then again, why is it that those platforms that are not cashing in, why can't they take the education aspect themselves? So if telco A is performing than B or C, why not B, C, D take up the education bit to educate customers about getting on their platform? Because in any case, it's money for them.
Yeah, but you see, the telcos also know the business value in it, because if you're going to sell something and you said, okay, everybody else is selling the same thing I am selling, it dilutes your brand, okay, and the same thing too, it will affect your budget. So you want to focus on your own net services, so that if I'm selling it to you, I can say, okay, you can move money from this network to any other network or amongst yourself. It's easier managing because there's transactional costs to all this. So as much as possible, they want to keep it to themselves. But the consumer needs to know whether they need it or not. If they need it, they will use it.
I see. So on Wednesday, Vice President launched Phase 2, and especially when we are still having issues with Phase 1, will you say that the launch is premature?
No, I think it's very fantastic, because for it moving from 96,000, you know, transactions to 1.3, you know, that's massive. And this is for the long haul. We are talking about 5 years time, 10 years time. We are introducing people to something that they are not used to. We are trying to kill the whole culture of using cash to do transactions. So it's going to be gradual, right? So the convenience aspect will catch on over time. So I don't think.
So what happened to eSwitch then?
Yeah, so the connection of eSwitch, I think, is just a card system they are trying to introduce. And eSwitch, some of us have had issues with the eSwitch concept, because if you're telling people your money is on the card, instead of the card being an access point to your money, you know, so they think your card gets missing, your money gets missing, and then you were being charged per transaction, right? Instead of maybe using a subscription model, because you're now introducing people to the whole concept. Now, I think that the mobile money interoperability of Phase 2 may kill eSwitch, right? Because if I have money that I can access via my card, okay, the money that can move to my mobile wallet or my mobile phone, which has become like another organ of my body that I can't forget. I always carry along.
I see.
I'll be doing a lot of transactions via my mobile phone than using a card.
Unfortunately, we have to end it here, but we'll definitely visit this topic again to see how the mobile money interoperability is performing. That's how we wrap up tonight on Business Life, and it's a weekend, so do enjoy it. My name is Sandra Isinamapenu. I've been doing this with Daryl Kwado. Log on to myjoyla.com/business for more business update. Have a great weekend.